Hello everyone, thanks for tuning to Sim's Workshop. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. So today we're going to be reviewing Dungeon Crawler Carl, and this is my very public apology to my bestie and brother from another mother, Jeff, for not listening to him and reading it sooner, because this book was top tier, A+, 5 stars. I don't know how much of a review this is going to be versus me just fangirling. So luckily I read this book for the book club that I host at Barnes & Noble in Fort Lauderdale. This was the pick. And it was phenomenal, you know, hands down. So I was able to move it up on my TBR by like a lot because I didn't know honestly when I was going to get to reading it. Let's be real, my TBR is so long. Even with me reading like 15 books a month, it's very, very long. And the thing with the book club picks is I always do audiobook as well. You know, I will physically read it as time allows, but if I see myself not reading on schedule, because I only read my book club picks on Saturdays and Sundays for my personal one, so that way during the week I can kind of read everything else, right? I get the audiobook so that way I can stay on track. Yo, the audiobook is phenomenal, and I highly recommend doing the whole immersive reading thing because it's great. It is amazing, just the whole voicing, the whole voice acting, and it's all done by the the one guy, and he's phenomenal. I think the audiobook really just gave so much life and vitality and humor to the book that, I mean, you're still going to get that when you're reading the book. I just think that the audiobook adds something so much more to it, because it's just so good and it's funny. So all the humor that's in the book is really coming to life in that audio book. And back to the story itself, I think Dinneman did such a really good job with the storytelling here. I mean, this is basically, you're following Carl. He just found out his girlfriend was cheating on him. And, I think she's in Florida. I don't remember. Beatrice is somewhere. And what you have is the cat goes outside. Because she has a cat. She's an award-winning Persian cat, I believe. I think. But she's an award-winning show cat. And he was going to run off with her. Right? Because he cares a lot about this cat, surprisingly. Even though he says he's not a cat person. So, when they're outside, they discover the world has gone to completely shit. The building he was in, completely decimated. What's going on? Aliens. Right? Aliens are here. And they're basically telling humans they have to enter the dungeon, or they will die. And what is the dungeon? Well, it's a live action D&D campaign, basically, with you as the player being broadcast across the galaxy like it's a damn reality TV show, and the stakes are real. The stakes are death, And if you get to level 18, you can buy back the planet. It's great. So, what does he do? He enters the dungeon with the cat. I love their dynamic. With Donut, his catchphrase is, "God damn it, Donut." It's great. It's great. I highly recommend the audiobook. I really, really do. I'm probably going to continue doing the whole immersive reading thing, because there are just sometimes where I can't listen to the audiobook, like when I'm at home. I can't, with the kids. Reading itself is a struggle. So audiobooking is that's a no. But it's so good, I love the dynamic between Carl and Princess Donut. No, I'm not going to go into her full name. If you know it, you know it. Okay, it's really long. She's a show cat. I love their dynamic. This man and his cat. And she loves him. She adores him. And I just love the humor and found family aspect that comes alive in this story, right? Even between him, Carl, and Mordecai, who is his tutorial trainer, so to speak. When you go into a game, you first start, you have to do the whole tutorial first, like, yeah, this is how you do this, and this is how you do this, so that you can play the game, right? But they have a real moment of bonding, And Carl is very much straightforward, like, look, just give it to me straight. And I love that about Carl. I love the way the story kind of develops. I love the pacing. It's a fast-paced book. I blew through it because that audiobook really, like, it's addicting. But the story itself is just addicting. Like, you want them to survive, basically. And you have to go through the levels, like level 1, level 2, level 3. Like, you have to go through the levels to get to level 18 of this dungeon, right? And it's just so well done and executed. The pacing, the storytelling, the characterization, the found family. You know, I think there's a lot of really good heartfelt moments as well. So it's not just all laughing and fun and games. It's like you have to think about it, you know? Especially the boss monsters, which are just stereotypical humans. Like, you know that was a human that has been absolutely just destroyed by the aliens for the fun and games of it. So there's a lot of, there are some sad moments in the book. You know, there are a lot of heartfelt moments in the story that give a lot of depth to the humor because you understand where the humor is coming from, right? It's kind of like a trauma response, you know, when you like laugh at your past pain, like, oh, ha ha ha, and you make dark jokes, like dark humor almost a little bit. But I think just, you know, Princess Donut, Best in Dungeon, and Carl, they just have a really, really good dynamic, you know, and they make you care about them. And this book really just does become your entire identity. Like, I get it, for sure. I can't wear boxers to book club because I work at Barnes & Noble, but I did buy white pants with red hearts on them to wear for the book club. And a t-shirt that says, new achievement. Congratulations. Achievement unlocked. It's great. It really is just the greatest thing in the world. This book really does become your identity because it's so well written. It has a lot of moving moments in it. It's really fast paced. It's humorous. It's got everything, you know? It's fun, but thoughtful. And for people who love D&D or LitRPGs, I mean, this is totally a no-brainer. Pick this book up. See, I didn't know how much of a review this was going to be versus me just fangirling because, let's face it, this book is great. Just read the book. You will have no regrets. No regrets. I promise you. On that note, thank you all for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with our book with your friends. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, happy reading.